Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, happy new year, and I've got a 4v4 game here on what looks like rivers, but it's probably not rivers. It's probably one of the expanding fronts maps. I don't think there's any sort of clear gimmick on it though, so it's pretty much kind of just rivers. Maybe like a slightly better river, so it looks like everyone's got a bit more space than you would normally get on the vanilla rivers. And this is a 4v4 game I was sent here by Hero. Get into the teams, it's easier to go into the shroud so I can see everyone. So I've got Hero here on the Teal Resistance. I've got Lucky Ashman here in the Red Zan Consortium. For the Grey Naboo, we've got SY 2 Min. And we've got Megablin, I don't know who that is, in the Orange Confederacy here. And for the other team, we've got flagcaparnie here in the yellow, playing on the Rebel Alliance. Jedicabro here in the Green Republic. Zeppken here in the Blue Galactic Empire, and lastly we've got Grenooli the Bully here in the purple. Those are the Wookiees. So as I said, it's a bit like rivers, right? You've got the water separating all the land masses, and there's just a few crossings that can normally just be walled off pretty easily with some prefab shelters, or some light walls if you're the unfortunate Trade Federation, but I don't think we saw any TF. Looks like there's a nice little bit of food here. There's a couple of flumps can be lured. There's some berries to get onto here as well. SY seems to have all of his workers on food early here. Going for his super quick T2s. He's going to be missing that carbon. You should normally get your first few workers on the food, then get the carbon, so you can get that carbon up and ready for when you need to transition into something. Whether it be farms or maybe doing a little bit of light fishing on a map like this. Because it is still better than the vanilla rivers as well, because you've got some medium fish kicking around. And they can be a nice little boost to your economy if you can get away with it. Maybe if you're in the pocket situation, or you can get a wall off. It looks like for... I don't think anyone's sharing a landmass. Oh! Cabro and Lucky Ashman technically are. It's an interesting spawn. I like that. It changes the dynamic of having to wall it. You have to add some like light walls and stuff. That's quite far to get the wall off as well. Maybe not for Ashman though. But that's cool that you could mount you there, and then it's a bit more pressure to the other players in the team if there's mounties coming through that route. Do they then wall their teammates out as well? Our boy Zeppken here needs to find his nerfs. I don't think he's doing the best scouting. Maybe he's just really unlucky. Oh, you can't see it though. And might want to lure his full lumps a little bit closer, not build his prefab shelter into the carbon as well. Little things to master there. And stop griefing yourself. Making the game too hard for yourself, yeah. Where's Cabro off to? I'm getting this full lump, is he? Good thing Raphael's not here with his scout. And it's going to be a little bit quiet as we're just waiting for everyone to get out of tech level 2. Get the action going, and it doesn't look like there's any troop centers flying around here. Nobody going for the super early aggressive mounties. I'm not really seeing too much walling off anywhere either. I feel like in the higher level games everyone's like rapidly racing to wall things off a lot of the time. And sometimes you can take advantage of it, but it's not a big trade-off here. It's only like 50 carbon to wall this. Fortunately, Tuskcat has followed Cabro's worker here, but he should win that trade. He's only got 40 health. A lot less than the worker. Has he found his nerfs yet? Nope. Nope, he hasn't. Some late nerfs here for a Megablin as well. Megablin. I just call him MegaGoblin. MegaGoblin. Oh no. There's been a casualty as well. He's lost a worker. Bad times. I wonder what Arnie is going to get up to here. He's probably the strongest player here. Well, it's not really probably. He is the strongest player here in this game. And good civ too, especially for being in the old pocket. The Rebel Alliance. There's not really anything. What can I talk about? Oh god, it's stealing his nerfs now. SY. Like, turbo tryhard, you know? Like, stealing the new guy's nerf. His brain's probably just spamming the 11 taunt. Cabro, though, here. He's not going to stand for that. Got Megablin here, though. He's getting. The MegaGoblin's getting involved as well. Everyone's after these nerfs. I think as Zeppken, you know, he's probably not even missing them because he doesn't know what it's like. And he's got that new player energy. He doesn't know what he's missing with the not having the 6 nerfs. Oh, Hero's going to get a little bit of the old fishing on the go here. That's an interesting one from Harney. The spaceport and the crossing. I don't think I've seen that. I like it. Walling his teammates out as well. As someone who wants to be safe. Oh, the cheeky gate as well. Yeah. This feels so much easier to do these days now as well with the 3 hollow net. There's not really any need to have your spaceport powered for a long time. It'd be hyper late game, you might get some of the resource trading upgrades from it. Or some of those cargo hovercraft trade upgrades for some of the civs as well. I should probably watch this on 1.25. I feel like I've made it out of the boring T1 already. But yeah, it looks like a very wally game. T3s. It's kind of what you would expect on Rivers, really. Though, I kind of thought the Ashman would be hard mounting Cabro here, and he would just be quitting instantly. Like, what is he doing? 10 farm build at a time. At least they're around his command. Last time I saw him do this, he was like building them around a food processor all the way like over here or something. Just completely vulnerable. He's not even got enough workers for it. This is a very unoptimized gameplay. And then the power core, amazing. And let's try T3, is he not? He's gonna get his upgrades now? I wonder. Let's learn the way of the Cabro. What's the plan here? Will I see any upgrades queued? Is there any reason for the power core? Not Jedi Temple. He wants the holocrons, does he? Yeah, I feel like he's messed up his like ratios that he probably should just upgrade everything and just stay in T2 for ages. He's at least making markers. He's not cutting corners. Well, no upgrades. I think he could do this all so much quicker if he like cut 3 or 4 of these farms away. And then if he was like 600 to 700, he could just buy 100 food as well. Is there anything going on? The nerf wars are still ongoing. One has returned home to Zeppken. Oh, there's some troops on the way. He's getting rushed. Oh no. Disaster. He's got his T3 buildings though. He might need to make a turret. Wall this out a little bit more. Bit like a light wall here. Turret here, light wall here, prefab here. These guys have to run. He's gonna lose 2 workers, maybe 3. Definitely 3. What's Ashman up to? He's usually very aggressive. No, he's on the... It's like a nose Ashman battle for all the holocrons, is it? Oof. That scout getting gunned down there. Arnie's already T3, rallying over here at Hero, and Hero is having a bad time trying to get this turret up. So we got 1 marker down. All that idle time. And then he can just go to the other parts of the base now as well. And he's going to have to try and build a turret here. And this is just never a good look to just have to go T3 and build 2 turrets and something like this. Let's get one fighter out, but he's getting lured away. Oh, he got a good, okay trade there, just because the turret finished. It was a pretty good plan from Arnie there to try and lure it to the other fighters. And unfortunately he's going to get on the boats now, and how's he going to defend the boats? You need to have like an anti-air ship as well. It's just one air base, can't really throw his fighters out there because they're just going to get outnumbered. Since Arnie's been building 2 at a time and he loses all of his boats here. And that's just a disaster here for Hero. Ashman on the other hand, you know, he's got his anti-air all set up beforehand. He's even got some troopers running around as well, so he's got a troop center on the way to T3 probably. And who's got the Jedi Knight upgrade? How many Padawans has he got running around though? Can I see them? Force users, two Padawans kicking around. They're knights now. A lot of air on the team for Arnie here, grenooli. Ashman grabbing one of those homos. How many is he up to? He's going to be up to 2. Going to be 2 for 2, is it? It looks like Nose is maybe on the aggression here with the knights. Going to the base of Megablin. Megablin. Grenooli, on the other hand, ton of fighters out here ready to pounce on Ashman's workers. And unfortunately nothing covering the command center where his farms are. And the knights flying in here, they're going to make short work of these troopers. You could even convert them if they so pleased. And they're going to be really difficult to deal with. Megablin here rallying out troopers, but you know he's going to need like a bunch of them together, and he needs to kite with them if he's going to have any chance of killing these Jedi. And maybe some strike mechs as well. On the other hand, Cabro going to be converting himself into some fighters as well. Getting a couple of command centers and booming up here. But definitely doing a lot of damage here to Megablin. And we've got Hero here who's getting a lot of Grenooli's workers, and Grenooli going to take a trade here with his fighters, and he's going to kill a couple of them, but he's not going to entirely clear up the stack, it seems. He's got some elevation bonus there, but still Hero going to keep the pressure on here now. He gets got the carbon workers, and you know, triple air base from Grenooli. He's not felt very inclined to have any turrets, so he's having to start one now out of desperation. But he should get 3 fighters out here fairly soon, but a lot of workers have died, right? A lot of his Nova, quite a few of his carbon here as well, so definitely heavy losses. It's going to be much harder for him to populate these 3 air bases now, having all those workers killed off the Nova. Cabro did show up a little bit late here though. So not really his job to come over on this side, but his fighters are here nonetheless. We're going to be fighting an anti-air destroyer. Probably going to get it quite low, but I don't know if they're going to win. It looks like they might kill it, but I feel like the DPS can slow. Oh, they're going to kill it. God damn. God damn. Buff anti-air ships. Fighter OP. I thought for sure that that would trade a lot better. I thought it would at least be one of them left over. I don't know. Ashman having to chase these away. Into his turret though. Peak micro. Don't try that at home. Very annoying scout here from Arnie, harassing Hero's boats. Like that would drive me wild. Probably have to pull the fighters and kill it. Maybe that's what he's waiting for, who knows. A couple of fighters just hiding here in the corners, maybe just waiting for a command center to try and be placed here, so he's maybe just forgotten about them. Not too sure, but I don't know, is he thinking about going to T4? Oof. He's a what in the wind for this game, that's for sure. Almost T4 now, research center down, adding on the extra airbase here. So up to 4 air bases. Cheeky fortress here, it's going to be nice. covering both the Novas. Because he's going to have a lot more Nova demand soon, and it just means that if anything happens, like a big clump of air comes over, he can garrison, because it's got 25 capacity in the fortress. So keeping those workers alive is absolutely crucial. And a lot of the times they're going to have Nova in their hands as well, and if they die, that Nova's lost forever. So we're going into the Interceptors here with the Rebel upgrade, I'm assuming. Can't afford that one yet. I don't think the Interceptors are quite yet at a point where they can only attack ground units. I think that's definitely a change that is wanted. Because I think they're a little bit too toxic as like a raiding tool. And later on in the game as well, they kind of grief like that. You kind of would want them to just be hitting air. You don't want them wasting their shots on ground units. There's always going to be a bit of both in late game confrontations. So we've got SY, who's already T4 as well now though, and he's gone into fast fighters, but it's not like he's quite caught on that, you know, if he goes fast fighter and someone goes interceptor, interceptor win. Naboo shouldn't have too bad interceptors. I know the rebels are obviously going to have the best ones because they've got that individual upgrade for them, but you know, I'm not sold on how much of a difference it makes in the trades. Naboo's got that extra speed, which is going to be kind of nice for a unit like that. He's trying to chase these down, but I mean the interceptors should technically win. You can even out micro them because you've got 2 range on them. You can see a little bit of that. He's trying to implement that by moving back constantly. He is shooting some of the ground units though, kind of a bad trade. Needs to pay a little bit better attention to them. He's still got these fighters here waiting. I think he's maybe forgotten about them. You can see Hero again on the raids here in grenooli's base, trying to keep him down. Catching a lot of workers, and it looks like grenooli's never really recovered from that earlier point. It's now Hero's just got a superior air force. You can see Arnie on the way though with the interceptors, and they'll make short work of these, you know, unshielded fighters for sure. You know, not on patrol, just flying into them, and Arnie getting well, having a few losses there. Hero getting away with this, actually flying away now. Probably shouldn't happen. You should be able to catch them though, they're so fast. I used to just fly right into them, I think. Fly into them, stop command, fly into them, stop command, etc. And we've got a lot of fighters here for Hero. He's on his way to T4. Played a more like, I'd say traditionally macro focused T3, but not looking that economically strong. You know, he's had some troubles after losing his boats, and it looks like either Arnie's either forgetting about these has paid off, or his tactical genius of leaving the fighters here going to deny. Unfortunately, it was only a couple of the workers. It wasn't the full amount that he wanted to send to go to this command center. Were at that, he would have gotten a lot more casualties. You know here. And SY now taking this moment while Arnie's out on the map to go and do some raiding, and you know it's poor grenooli who once again is getting his workers killed by fighters. Arnie's having a nap. This is your wing, man. Save your wing. Cabro, everyone's on the fighters in this game. This looks like vanilla GBG. So much air flying around. A vanilla rivers map. Cabro's homeland. The rivers. SY again, out on the map with loads of fighters. A bit of a double raid here from Cabro and Arnie. This hero probably not quite got all his upgrades yet. SY coming to try and help. Shield's only half the way done now though. SY going to take this trade, but unfortunately there's a lot more fighters here for Cabro than there is for him. He's bringing a few more, chase these away. Cabro may be sensing it's a little bit redundant for them both to be hitting the same player, and he's trying to go into SY's base. So SY takes the trade, he's going to lose that as well. SY has a lot of fighters on the other side as well. They're getting chased around by Arnie. Hard to follow it, huh? Those anti-air troopers he made in T2 helping out a little bit here. And a few fighters that he's made, maybe going to clean this up now. Hero's still having to wait for his upgrades and build some of his own interceptors to maybe clear this off his command center here. And he's still got a lot of workers to actually send back to work. They're all sitting there idle. It doesn't look like the game's going to end anytime soon because there's not really any ground forces anywhere putting on any sort of threat. Everyone's just sort of turtled up on the air, and I don't know what Ashman's up to. He's not really done anything. Just T4 with some anti-air turrets and stuff. He's Zan, so he should be on like the defilers and the mechs. Get some ground units out for sure. That'd be the same for Megablin here, you know, and Zeppken, and all sort of ground civs. Need to get some ground forces out. I see a little bit of a mech army here. I don't know what there's 2 scouts in here for. He's not liking this one fighter shooting him. He's turning right back around. I think he could just kill Orange here. He could kill Megablin. He doesn't have anything on the ground. He's just being deterred by this one fighter. He's like trying to lure it into his turret maybe. And down it will go. Eventually. And then he's going back around too, okay. And the fighters are still flying around, trying to cut down the interceptors. Even more air bases here for Nose. Is anyone going to make a ground army? He's taunted Ashman. Some heavy strike backs, there we go. Yeah, grenooli just not having a good time. Oh no. That's why asking for the spaceport here. Will Ashman build it though? Gonna have to be Hero to walk over and do it, is it? It's gonna be a long track. That's why it's got a lot of cargoes waiting and no spaceport. And more fighters here from Cabro flying in. Gonna take a trade with SY. It kind of looks like SY is just standing his ground, is going to win that. Cabro's fighters did not look very potent there. Definitely got all the same upgrades. So many interceptors here from Arnie. He's going at the Mounties now. He usually likes to do it. It's always a nice easy transition out of air because it doesn't take too many upgrades. And it's kind of the same resource allocation as well, being food and Nova. And you need to get his own trade going. Spaceport from Zeppken, at least knows the square to do that. And is he still not pushed in here? There's been a fortress built in all this time. They added a couple of fighters now. I don't quite understood how far ahead he was military wise. And now he's retreating again. Got all his upgrades and everything. Maybe he just needs to get himself off to T4. He has hit T4 now. Bring a cannon or two and knock down the fortress. And then try and get set up in this location and lock down that Nova. And Arnie pressuring with all of his interceptors now against just pure fighters here from SY, and SY not even paying attention, so it's not even a patrol fight there for him. It's just a base targeting AI, and only the ones that want to get involved as well, so not even the full stack. And Arnie knows he's definitely got the superior force here, he can just keep pulling back and stuff and try and win the trades a little bit more comfortably. Not paying attention to these guys though, sort of griefing a little bit, and there's some anti-air ships here helping out. Anti-air destroyers. And he kind of losing quite a lot of his interceptors there. But he has baited SY a little bit more further forward now. Gonna kill these. And Noah's just flying in here, blase, losing a few. Yeah, all it's really doing though is just making sure that they're not attacking and being aggressive. And the spaceports are up now. Not sure what happened to all the traders. Can we send them to another spaceport? We did. Did he delete it? He did. I think he built one there and deleted it. He's gonna have to fly all the way over here. And gee, there's not much going on. Come the mountains though from Arnie. I'm running past grenooli's base towards Ashman's. A bit of a trade here between Hero and Arnie. Mix of fighters and interceptors, but not really winning that trade. The rebel interceptor's doing well. And grenooli maybe needs to delete his prefabs here, just to help get a bit more surface area. And get through into Ashman's base a bit quicker. Ashman built a bit of a fleet here. There's an assault mech, quite a few strike mechs, but not got much of his upgrades yet. They can still get like another +7 damage. And the interceptors and the mounties are now pouring into the base of Ashman, and that's going to cause some problems. Just going to run past the fortress. I was going to go for the fortress. It would be better to run in and just kill the turrets and stuff. But no, he's taunted onto the fortress. Might give Ashman a bit more time to prepare for this. Get the right units out and for his teammates as well to come and respond. Zeppken here built a bit more army, upgraded it a little bit and built a fortress, but not too inclined to push in anymore. Jedicabro killing some anti-air destroyers. Still just making redundant air. Needs to get some units out. There's the troop centres now. Could really use the Jedi as well, being Republic. Can really try to take this assault mech on with just repeaters. Taking them a fair while to cut it down. Got to about half health now. A lot of the strike mech's not helping out though, hitting the prefab shelter when they could just be destroying all these troopers while the assault mech tanks. Got a few mounties and blow that one up very easily. The fortress did survive though. Some shipyards now from Arnie. A couple of Magna Guards lying in wait. I think there's really just too much air going on. Cabro trying to take a holocron now. So they're going to try and 2v1 Arnie's interceptors here. They can just kite away and, you know, not very well coordinated. They kind of just lost more than they killed. Ashman getting a shield up here with some cannons. And with his cruisers helping as well, like, trying to make like turrets or power cores and stuff, and he's just chipping them away. Definitely need some masters to convert these or something. And Repeater's going to take some shots at them. The Mounties running in here onto the cannons. Should make short work of them there. And there's not enough strike mechs as well to clear these out of the position quick enough. That's going to allow grenooli to get a little bit closer. He needs to use his repeaters though to zone out these cruisers and stuff because they keep chipping away. Every time he tries to build a power core, gets sniped. And Hero really needs to be a little bit more helpful here because this is his wing. He's got a lot of interceptors that definitely need to be here, I think, for sure. I'm an SY, just very fixated on Arnie in this position. And Ashman's losing ground rapidly. Zeppken spent so much time just walking back and forth in his own base that Megablin here, he's in. He brought some heavy mech destroyers to kill a few workers. These guys are moving at some really, really slow paces. They're going at like the anti-air mobile there. In fact, the artillery speed's probably the slowest. Not quite Fluffy Rabbit though, he hasn't built a pummel yet. And more attempts to kill these interceptors, yeah. Even an air cruiser. He's gonna take a shot at them. Oh. Shot more of his army than it shot of Megablins here. Rough stuff. Might want to put that one on no attack stance and just use it when you need it. Blowing up his own anti-air mobiles as well. But he has cleared up the army. And pressure doesn't stop here from Grenooli and Arnie. And Hero's still nowhere to be seen. Just hiding in his base. He should really be helping. Because air should be here at the very least. Being resistance as well, he needs to get some ground forces out. Get his own like strike mechs out or something like that. Or attackers. Attackers would definitely help. Just attackers and fighters. I don't think Wookiees do too well against the attackers, to be honest. Zeppken pushing in here, but SY helping out with the fighters. And Megablin making a few more MDs and stuff. And that army was kind of soft from the earlier fight, so it does clean it up fairly easily. Hero finally showing up here. I've got an air cruiser here from Ashman. Using that to do a bit of damage on the troopers. Should be an easy snipe though for the interceptors if they please. And they'll take a 2v1 trade here against Hero's interceptors. He is sort of partially on a hill getting an elevation bonus, but there's a lot of interceptors here for Arnie. And all of these guys are hitting the troopers on the ground as well. He did have more, but they've sort of arrived late. And it looks like Arnie's going to win this trade. And now they're going to have basically got 3 players here in Ashman's base. Versus, you know, Ashman and partially Hero because he's only just started helping now. Probably need SY here. They have a little bit of pressure though, with Megablin pushing on Zeppken now. Getting some good damage, and you know, maybe they can get into like Jedicabro's base down here. Of course they could, you know, disrupt the trade a little bit. Ashman doesn't really, he's making air cruisers, which, you know, making so much air. Even a control group of interceptors now for grenooli, just really excessive numbers of air. And it looks like Zeppken's going to call it quits here. And Jedicabro certainly not helped him at all. It's got Arnie who's got like a control group of units here helping. So that is a problem because now units can pour in from this side and cause trouble. And of course they are technically, you know, down a player. But they do have a very strong position here in Ashman's base, so it's almost a similar scenario. Just Ashman's not called it quits yet. Even though he doesn't really have anything going for him at this point. There's a few mounties just killing all of his available workers. And they definitely don't want to be losing the trade. Maybe be walling this out. Some shield walls. Some anti-air turrets and stuff. And there's an opportunity to throw some Crusaders into the base here and some strike mechs. So SY getting the ground forces out now for Naboo, and very powerful strike mechs for Naboo. Get pretty much almost all the upgrades for them. And they're getting a lot of damage, and they're not going to be able to clean that up with interceptors, that's for sure. And they'll trade very well into what, you know, Jedicabro's building as Republic with troopers in the air. And Cabro, for sure, not the most tenacious player, so this is, you know, could make him quit. I've seen him quit for less. Again, still a very strong position here. Cannons out, grenooli, sieging down as much as he can. But I think what they really need to do is, to be honest, just walk into Hero's base. They're almost wasting time here on Ashman. And it's so open too. Don't often see the rebel anti-air destroyers. Some air emboldened by all this pressure as well. Like literally behind interceptors right now, killing the traders. Some masters here from Cabro. Doing quite well in melee mode against the strike mechs. There's even the Crusaders though, and they've not really been building much fighters. The Crusaders seem to be doing alright against interceptor fire. Take down that power core. I need to watch out for Megablin here, because he's building up a force. He kills off the remnants of Zeppken's base. Again, very, very sleepy on this side for actually like doing some good damage. At least gonna steal the hollows, which is nice. But I do think they need to get into this position here. I think Hero knows it as well, he's trying to get some military infrastructure here. Get some mechs out. SY is just rallying in Crusaders and strike mechs and being as annoying as he can and really keeping things together for his team right now. He's unfortunately flying through a lot of units now. You can't really get any damage to Arnie at the moment. However, they can if they get the traders. It's the only way to affect him just now because he walled his teammates out. I take that trade quite comfortably with the anti-air boats and his interceptors. Gives them a nice bit of scouting presence in this area and can maybe push onto the trade here as well. And the interceptors will be great against the cargo freighters. Yeah, they kill them pretty quickly, don't they? And so will the anti-air boats here as well. So you can kill the cargoes quite quickly as well. Pretty good raiding tool. Maybe too much, yeah. I think while it can hit both things, it's actually probably the premier, you know, cargo killing tool, isn't it? But yeah, I do think it should be split, and then you can have strike mechs to kill cargo hovercrafts and interceptors to kill cargo freighters. And Crusaders not really caring about anything. Not taking too much damage from these units. Might actually kill this turret before they go down. Close. Quite close. Again, all this air would be great aggressive up here in the hero's base. Does at least have grenooli now getting onto the artillery with a +2 range, and he's going to have a banging economy with those 3 holocrons now. We didn't get them all. Lucky Ashman somehow, some way, has secured this area back and gotten all 3 of the holocrons again. How does he do it? Sneaky, sneaky boy. You've got some cheeky gates there. You absolutely should have walled this though, because look, they come flying in here with the units. And the fight is going to try and take a trade here and kill off some of this artillery, but going to struggle. An air turret here and some interceptors lying in wait, and you know, Arnie on the way as well. And huge push of the air from Arnie here. The attacker is going to make short work of that very small build-up of forces here from Megablin. He's going to need a lot of anti-air. He's going to need turrets and everything just to hold his ground against the attackers, because the attackers are so darn strong. And SY is trying, he's still flying units around, he's raiding and stuff, but I think they're slowly developing, you know, just such a big push on this side here in Hero's base. Ashman's only got like a couple of units, a few tanks running around. It's assault mechs. Dangerous stuff when there's a rebel player on the other team. And here we're getting the mech destroyers out, got the shield down, but it's a hard hold. Kinda need some ACs or something. It'd be tricky to keep them alive as well when there's these anti-air boats, and they're just hemorrhaging traders right now. This has been going on for a while, just tons and tons of traders getting gunned down. There's going to be even more now as well with Noah's putting these anti-air mobiles right under the spaceports. Got these anti-air turrets and batteries, but they don't really have anything to kill the anti-air mobiles. SY nearly got the spaceport there. Got even more Crusaders now though. Kinda needs them over here. It'd be great over here. Blow up these artillery. There's not like enough troopers here as well. There's not really fighters, just interceptors. You could actually trade quite comfortably with just hero throwing a few units to back him up. Ashman did send his tanks over here, and they'll definitely clean up these anti-air mobiles, but you know, it's gonna take a while. They're just gonna run in the base again with these. Let's find some workers here. And he was trying to hold, but yeah, it just looks like a guaranteed loss in that position. Oh. So many turrets now. Trying to kill off the cannons and lower the DPS. This Crusader's being annoying, killing workers, killing power cores, for turrets and stuff. But not really affecting grenooli and Arnie, and that's kind of what the big threat is at the moment, is grenooli and Arnie. Like grenooli's ability to keep reinforcing this position is a huge threat to their team. And these are one of these moments that I feel like you need assault mechs from. Oh my god. He's got 36 mech destroyers queued up there. Just build a few more mech factories maybe. I feel like I need assault mechs for situations like this. Don't know if I rate the artillery at this point. You just feel pigeonholed into air cruisers here. And that's hard when the interceptors are so strong. Be good in vanilla though. And the speeders are going to absolutely decimate those strike mechs. Strike mech's not the greatest here for Confederacy. Don't have too many upgrades in the late game for them. I think the premier raiding tool for the Confederacy at this point for Megablin would be the Magna Guards. I think they'd be super tanky and they could be like running in here. So the same principle as what Stuart's SY is doing here with the Crusaders. A few more raiding attempts here with the interceptors, but again, nothing that's stopping this push here. This is the big threat. It's been desperately pinged here by Hero. Need all those Crusaders here. A few Crusaders, a few Masters would be great. I don't know what SI is. 20,000 Nova. What on earth are you up to? 20,000 Nova. Man, SY could be doing better here, I think. I think he needs to stop with the crazy attacks and just come over here. Fighters is not enough. It's fighters and interceptors and turrets and anti-air destroyers. And he's got some masters. Building more fighters. I feel like they just needed to like double up on their interceptors and get like 6 ACs or something. You know, like SY can definitely bankroll that. And then they can just clear this position out. Because there's no way they protect their trade if this pushes it a little bit more further forward. Like Ashman can can be like annoying here with his holocrons, you know. And like slowly buy the units he needs to sort of be the warden of the southern spaceport. But if they get into this position, they're gonna be they're kind of cut off in the middle of the map and they won't be able to trade. More pushing from Megablin here. He's building some turrets and stuff. He needs to get in a more threatening spot though, right? Like at the crossing. So that he's just always throwing units into Cabro's base. Because this is almost just grenooli on his own at this point. And they're still struggling to remove him here. Because the SY is just not, you know, bringing the right things. Heroes only building interceptors. They did kill that spaceport over here. No. Jedi showing up here for Cabro. A lot of them too. That's a huge problem when they start losing anti-air turrets and stuff. Interceptor's definitely not going to do enough damage to those. Some Jedi from SY, but running into repeaters, not the best look. It's almost a meme there, you know, like, you know, my opponent's Jedi. It's like converting your base, my teammate's Jedi just running to their deaths. Not what you want. I suppose if there was a GBG sort of meme like that, it would be my opponent's Jedi and it's the Jedi in your base, and then my teammate's Jedi and they don't exist, they're not building them. I'm a victim of that so many times. Just never building the Jedi on the Jedi Civ. And still nothing really removing this position. Yeah, I've thrown the units in here, they got the threat into nose, but you know, it's almost like Arnie recognises that this is technically the win condition here, is, you know, Cabro not quitting. That's why he's been sitting here with all of his army for most of the game. He knows that he's got absolutely no tenacity. And that just another colour being in his base is, you know, enough for him to quit. Emotional support units. Bit of grenooli doing a good job with this Wookiee push, but nothing really stopping him. There's SY getting on with his horde of Nova. He spent 4k of it. It's wild to me that he's got 16k Nova and, you know, he's got 80 more population than he is. There's a lot he could, a lot of units he could be getting out. The Ashman still lives. Oh, they're taking his hollows from him once again. Oh no. The Mounties. Arnie wants those holocrons. Just kill the medium wall. And some bounty hunters here as well joining the army. The army is very well kitted out to deal with whatever might be thrown at them. As they almost reach, it's like, you know, pawns try to get to the end of a chessboard right here. They make it to this point, there's just going to be no trade. They could, however, though, start trading this way, and they are doing a little bit of that. I think they could be even more bold and spaceport down here now. As things have really taken a turn, Megablin has got a bit of a substantial force here. He's gone really heavy on the anti-air mobiles as well to deal with those attackers. A few bounty hunters here as well, stopping those as Jedi that he's been making. Just throwing troopers at this now, and he's going to hate that there's assault mechs here, because they're trading really well into him. Yeah, a few military buildings going to get more, and he's just pumping the units now. So they've got some sort of win condition here, and SY's actually rallied a little bit and got an air cruiser and a few Jedi coming here as well. Grenooli's army is not really being reinforced all the same, so... You know, it's almost like game on. There's just masters almost in melee mode with other masters, and nobody's getting converted. Both can convert each other's masters. Instead we're watching them have some sort of honourable duel. Is this really GBG? Megablin though, he's marching, he's going. The dark horse differential here in this game. Yeah, I can see Cabro quit. Arnie needs to try even harder to keep him alive here. He needs that big control group of Mounties. Where are they at? So many anti-airmobiles. They're trying to get these ACs down, I think. They're scrambling to kill them off. But, you know, Hero's gotten a few more MDs now, so he's got a bit of a ground force as well. Unfortunately, the Mounties that are needed over here are making sure Ashman doesn't pick up those holocrons again. And the pressure being off a little bit allows SY to get back to his old antics. He's flooding strike mechs back into the base here. Megablin gets a shield. Could just get some more infrastructure here as well. And it looks like SY will have a nice time now if you can just build units here in their base. All you need to do is maybe get one of these crossings down and they can get into Arnie's economy here. They're having to trade now side, you know, this way. I don't think they can trade that far, can they? Where are they going? Oh, it's over here. But you know, just having some air cruisers and some masters here, this just looks like much more of a better situation now. And they got the they got the fortress and the 2 shield generators here, 3 shield generators. You know, it looks so much more holdable now, and Grenooli has not really got the same level of forces here. He's not built up the same amount. And Cabro is just having his troopers like spawn killed. It's a miracle he's still in this game. There we go. You know, there's a certain limit to how long, you know, he'll stay. It is looking pretty bleak, so I'm not too unforgiving of that quit for him. And SY realizes that, you know, they're doing it. He's like, push up further, come on. Press them while they're, you know, reeling from the Cabro resign. Grenooli is running a lot of troopers here just to their deaths now because there's not really any anti-air here. And this is tricky. This is the hardest thing for Wookiees, I think, to deal with these days. Just because they don't get the range on their anti-air mobiles, so it's like you would have to play your own air as well. It's a little bit difficult to, you know, build up enough of that as well. You're making the other things. So it leaves a lot of opportunity for like air cruisers and stuff to pick apart the army. And I think they're going to call GG there, Arnie and Grenooli. And yeah, I didn't really expect that outcome for a lot of the game, but it looks like they've held, they've rallied, and I think Megablin here, MVP. You know, he's way overperformed here. You know, getting that push online and just getting that pressure into Cabro's base and giving them that win condition when it looked bleak. So it was a pretty fun game, and GG well played to all them involved. If you like the content, please consider, you know, leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. It really helps the channel grow, helps it get to more people, and even try to funnel everyone into our GBG Discord there, just where we keep in touch about the games and, you know, try and get them organized because there's not, you know, a lot of players. So it's much easier to have a sort of external thing there. And if you want to help the channel in another way, there's a PayPal link down below as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.